Well, the events of the last 3 days have lifted an always high profile. The supporters see as the manager to take them to football's promised land.
Come back from the World Cup, 1998, where you'd exploded onto the scene. Confident?
Slightly. As you know, my career was almost a little bit topsy-turvy to most, you'd say. At youth level, breaking all those records and then getting into the team early. And as a 17-year-old, then in my first season, winning the Golden Boot, that obviously booked my place for the World Cup. You could say confidence was high. But I remember right at the start of this game, this was the first game in my life and first game since when I first jogged up to my position. It was the first time anyone's ever said something, and it was Stuart Pearce. And straight away, it was like, you're playing against me today, son. And it was, you know.
Kind of intimidating.
Oh, yeah.
That's him there, isn't it?
Yeah.
His legs had gone a little bit by then, though, hadn't they? I mean, that was probably the way of trying to win the battle, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, maybe frightened me a little bit.
Newcastle, to be fair, they were fantastic around that time, but I always liked playing against them because they always seemed to give you a chance as well, didn't they?
Yeah, I think when I look back on my career, I think someone asked me that a while ago, who did you like playing against most? And I sort of said, I think Newcastle and West Ham. And then looking at the stats, even though I played for Newcastle for 4 years, I still scored more goals against them than any other team.
McManaman. Berger. Ince has got a bit of room here, room enough to line.
No one knew it went in, I don't think. As soon as I scored, I thought, it's gone in, and there was no cheer, and I thought, oh, it hasn't. But that was one of the sweetest strikes of my career, and it sort of almost muddied the water because the goalkeeper gets a good bit on him, but as it's bouncing, I didn't half catch that flush. I'd loved him to have not touched it, would have rippled the net a little bit.
But the fans, to be fair, at Newcastle, they're high up in the heavens at the other end.
I've never seen that before, and I saw that as well.
Yeah,
but
like a little touch that you weren't supposed to have.
Yeah.
There.
Oh no, there. He was right at the end.
What was your thinking going through one-on-one with the keeper? Was it through the legs? Was it just, what was it?
Well, it depends. If you've got plenty of time, then you're in control. You need to manipulate the goalkeeper to where you want. So a lot of the time I'd do a dink finish.
Right.
But I'd have a heavy touch. My last one would be a heavy, or they thought it was a heavy touch.
Yeah.
And it would entice them to come out, but obviously I was quicker. I've always believed that being a centre forward as a youngster and having loads of chances is such a beneficial thing, because in every situation you know what you're going to do. By the time I got to 15 playing for England schoolboys, I pretty much was as good a finisher then as I was.
Pressure on back here, and it's Rodley. Goal for Newcastle United on his debut.
He just won the World Cup, hasn't he?
That's right. Yeah, he never really set fire.
No.
At Newcastle.
Was that the weakness of this team, the centre-halves?
Well, Carra was playing, wasn't he? So I'm sure you'll say it was, but yeah, against Newcastle, it would be hell for leather, wouldn't it? It'd be attack v attack.
Speed. Chave hustled out of it by Riedler. Owen to take on Albert.
Oh, there's your dink. Do you think the keeper's made it easy for you there? I mean, it's a brilliant goal. If he stays back there, you've got to take another touch, and there's people coming back, isn't there?
Yeah. But then Shay Given makes my mind up. If I'm shooting with my left foot there, I'm probably scoring 2 in 10. And as it happens, I guess with him coming out like that, I'm probably scoring 5 in 10 maybe.
Yeah.
The one sort of annoyance or sad thing in my career is I had to change my game because of injuries. People look at me and just think goal scorer, but you know, I was so much more. I used to beat players and run wide. At United, I vividly remember at the end, when Scholesy or Giggsy used to get the ball, I was thinking, if I sprint into that corner, I'm going to do my hamstring. So it was come short.
What was the injury that you felt turned that? I mean, you were absolutely sort of blistering. It was electric.
After my year out with my knee injury. So I'd been at Liverpool for 7 seasons or whatever it was. Then at Real Madrid, I felt really good there. Then I came back to Newcastle and I played the first 6 months or up until Christmas, flying. 1 game, went to the World Cup, and I was just totally deconditioned, did my knee, and then I was out for a year. So I was basically 18 months out. I just wasn't the same after that. It was just purely speed.
Yeah.
My touch was still fine. I still felt great in training. Lost a yard, and then once I lost a yard, I lost the confidence in my body.
Berger. Patrick Berger. It's 4. Berger gets in on the act.
Which manager do you feel most comfortable playing under?
I've got no other option but to say Gerard Houllier, because I was, and not that he was a very good manager, but I had my best years. I was at the top of my game at Liverpool, and he was the manager for virtually all of that.
Class. No magic wand from the new man in control at Newcastle. After the magic play has come from Michael Owen and Liverpool. A privilege to watch him play.
In terms of the move to Real Madrid, how did that happen?
I was doing fine at Liverpool, obviously doing well. We'd won a load of trophies. I'd been named the European Player of the Year. Everything was great. I certainly never ever had any inkling to leave. And then my agent phoned me and said, listen, Real Madrid have shown an interest. Carragher was in the room with me, and I was talking to him. I said, oh my God, mate, Madrid want me. And he just went, don't go. You know, they've got Ronaldo, Raul, Morientes. You won't play. And, you know, he was being genuinely like, if he thought it'd be good for my career, we were big mates.
Yeah.
You know, we were best mates for years, roommates. And I just couldn't work it out. I could never have his argument. There was nobody that was better than me in my eyes. Yeah. Obviously there were. But in my mind, they ain't going to stop me. And I just thought, I don't want to leave, but I'll regret it. If I say no, Real Madrid, I'll regret this. I could do a rushy. I'll go for 1 or 2 years and I'll come back. Yeah. And I had to say to Rafa Benitez, you know, I think, and he was saying, do you want to go or not? And I was like, I think it's a great opportunity, but I'd love to come back. He said, okay, well, if you want to go, that's it. And I drove to the airport and I literally cried the whole way there, thinking, what am I doing? I'm leaving something so perfect. But then again, the intrigue of playing in the white kit in that new stadium, of moving, the experience of moving as a footballer. And I thought, on balance, I'm going to have to try it. I'm going to have to try it.
When you came back from Madrid, why not back to Liverpool?
I did everything. It was agreed that I was going to leave Madrid. The president came in to see me before the last game of the season, I think. They wanted to buy Sergio Ramos from Sevilla, and they needed the money really from my sale to buy him. Anyway, flew back to Liverpool, and Newcastle had come in and put 16 million down. And all of a sudden, the president said to me, Newcastle or staying. I mean, okay, you can go to Liverpool, but they have to match Newcastle. Yeah. Liverpool said, listen, we can only go to 10. That's all we can pay, blah, blah, blah. So then it was now in my mind is stay at Madrid or go to Newcastle. And we decided on Newcastle. We had it in the contract that I could go to Liverpool after a year. Right. So then we made Liverpool know, and after 2 years, and the fee would come down and whatever. I mean, Newcastle was great, but I wanted to go to Liverpool. I'm from you know, I was a Liverpool player, so I'm not apologising. Alan Shearer could have gone to Man United. He went to Newcastle because he's from Newcastle. Yeah. It's life. And unfortunately, then in the summer, when I could have gone to Liverpool again, I did Macrucia in the World Cup, and then in the summer after that, Suarez was there, Torres was there. Yeah. It just never happened. So at every opportunity, I tried to get back to Liverpool, but it just never happened.